Guys, welcome back to World Illuminator 11. If you are new to the channel, a really warm welcome to you. So I just wanted to come on facing the camera today to talk about something that has been brought to my attention several times now by different people in different ways. And when things happen like that, I know that it's something for me to talk about as well. And I also feel it's really important to discuss this because it's something that is happening, and it kind of covers the community that we're in, which is the twin flame community. And so I'm talking about the series that is on Netflix that came out recently. I don't know when it came out. I'm not sure what the title is. I haven't watched it myself. Some of you may have heard about it. Some of you may have watched it, and it's to do with the twin flame universe. I think that's what they're called. And Jack or Josh and Shelia was, they are the couple who run this organization called Twin Flame Universe, or the Twin Flame Universe, and they are the ones who are discussed in this whole this series, and about the things that they put people through in relation to the twin flame journey. And like I said, I haven't watched it myself. I could have watched it this past weekend. I did sort of have my 4 days off, but I checked in. My heart wasn't giving me a yes to watch it, so I didn't feel guided to watch it or even have the desire to watch it. But I did actually speak to my friend, who most of you know, Liz, the amazing Liz from Guided by Angels. And she's seen it, and she couldn't believe the things that she was hearing, and just hearing some of the stuff that she told me about. It is shocking to actually think people put through others, put others through all those things, and using something that is really of light, something that is really about helping you to come back to your true self, something that comes from God, the Creator, something that is about love and opening up to your true self and opening up to the greatest love that you can have with someone who is the other half of your soul. And it's something that is there to help you walk your path of light, but it's actually being used by people in a way of exploiting other people. It's a way of making money. It's a way, or it's like, I don't know how they started off. Maybe when they started, they were really there to help others, and somewhere along the line, the idea of becoming more powerful and having money and, greed, the ego came in and really sort of took over. So they kind of lost track. I don't know if that is what has happened with them, or whether they just started off in this way, whether it was the plan, but it's really sort of showing, darkness when it comes to something that really is of the light. And and what I really just wanted to talk about is the fact that we are living on this planet, in this world. There is so much that is going on. We're opening up to the light and to who we truly are, to the light of our soul, to who we truly are, to walk our path and be able to help humanity and the planet to move forward as we're moving forward into new earth. And and there's so many people within the twin flame community who are really there to help others, who are doing this from the heart, who are there to help others move forward on their path. And they speak from the heart, and they are doing it more as a service rather than putting it into a place of greed and wanting to make money and using people. That's what it feels like to me. Using people to make more money, to become more powerful, to say that you are something bigger than, anyone else, and use that to your advantage whilst taking advantage of other people. And for me, this is really sort of like, somehow being taken over by the dark in some way or another, whether it was way down the line, because when you open yourself up to, the sort of lower frequencies of, greed and power and money, you start to connect with, the sort of with the dark, because they get you in that sense. And but when you are in higher vibration, you're doing things from the heart, you are doing it out of service, out of love, and wanting to help others, you are in higher vibration, then the dark can't touch you. So but when you get into that energy of that greed and ego and all these things, then you start working with them, or they come in somehow, and they help you to keep moving higher. But you are no longer working from the heart, no longer doing it from the light. You are working with the dark, because you are so focused on material things, on money, and making more money, and you are forgetting what this journey is truly all about. And I feel that this is what seems to be happening. Like I said, I don't know if they started off that way, or if it's something that came in down the line as they realized that they could make a business and make money and loads of money out of this. But then at the same time, there is the exploitation and taking advantage of people who are truly desiring love, because we are all souls, we are divine beings of love, we've all come here to experience life. But one of the most beautiful things that everyone truly desires is that true love. It's something that comes through deeply from deep within, because everyone wants to experience that love. And to take advantage of that, for me, is something that is really quite sad to see. But it does happen. That is the point, and that's what I was wanting to come in and talk about, that in this world that we live in, it does happen. We are working with the light, but the dark is also there, and they do take advantage of situations where they can sort of be able to manipulate certain people, and then those people work for them. And but that's because they are in that energy of that greed and wanting power and money, which is what we are moving away from. We are moving away. That was what the Piscean age was all about, money and competition and all these things, and material things, and power and greed. And we are now in the age of Aquarius, which is more about opening up the heart and coming more into love and helping and being in service and community and togetherness and love and understanding. So there is that shift, but there are still people, we're still operating, a lot of people, sort of in the dark, sort of operating with that mentality of that Piscean age. And it really feels, from what I've understood about this series, that is what these twin flame universe people are really like, and what they've been doing to people. Some of it is truly shocking. I couldn't believe, some of the things that I was hearing about how they've actually sort of started pairing people up with other people in their universe and saying, this is your twin flame, and all these crazy things. When what this journey is truly about, that it doesn't work like that. They have started creating, apparently, meal plans or dinner dishes or whatever it is, where if you eat that, you get to union. So so people buy those. So there's all these sort of crazy things that I've never even thought anyone would do, that they've been doing, and it's all just a way of making money. And and also, just so it's just the reason why I feel that I'm being guided to talk about it is because we are living in this world where there is the light, but the darkness is also there. And even just this series coming out itself, this is an attack on twin flames. That's the way that I see it. So everything that I'm saying here, this is something that I'm saying, in the way that I feel, and this is coming from me. This is my the way I see things or what I'm thinking in relation to that. So, take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. And also, I feel that this is actually an attack in a way on the twin flame community, because yes, this stuff has been happening, and it's good that it is being brought out there so that people are aware, and there will be a lot of people who've been in this twin flame universe, and they've gone through this, and I send them so much love, because this is not the way things were meant to be when it comes to this journey. And I hope that they can come out of this and be stronger, and be able to move forward. And to be honest, when you hear the things that happen in this is really like a cult, and sort of in a place where they find a way to manipulate people's minds or work with people's minds, so that people really follow the things that they say, just because it's a way of them making even more money. And apparently this guy Jack, or Josh, was Jack, I think, was saying that he is Jesus. And for someone sort of is saying that he sort of does his face, his hair and beard, and he says that he's Jesus, he's come as Jesus. And anyone who says things like that, there is this superiority thing that he's got, and saying that he's better than other people. And that's not the way that it ought to be, because we are all on the same level. When it comes to me sort of talking about twin flames and the journey, and producing the messages or giving the messages that I give, I am giving these messages not as someone who's superior or who knows better or who is better than anyone else. We are all at the same level. I see all of us as being at the same level, and and I don't know more. I'm just getting messages, and I'm passing on those messages to help others. But as soon as someone starts saying that they are the best, or they are better than anyone else, and they are the one, and they are Jesus, or whoever they may claim to be, there is some ego that is coming in there. And and it's really also the other message that I'm really getting. It's about being worry and aware of these sort of things, because there is this twin flame cult there. There will be another one somewhere, or there will be a cult when it comes to your spiritual journey or something else. And talking about that, actually, last year there were people that I was following. A lot of us were following this couple as well. And last November, and it's really interesting. So much to say. It's really interesting because last November, that's when videos about them started coming out as well, and it was shocking for all of us. I'd gone to Mexico with these people in 2023 in June, and then these things started coming out in November. And this year as well, as we're getting to 11/11, this video is also, this series has also come out about this twin flame cult. So it's like these things are being revealed. The dark may do all sorts of things and bring in these people who do all this stuff, but then the things are opening up and things are being revealed. So I feel that this is showing you that all these things are going to come to light. The dark may have taken over for some time, but now the light is won. And when we talk of the higher realms, and because this is a war that has been happening in the higher realms, and also, here as well on earth, with the light versus the dark. In the higher realms, the light has already won. So, as I always say, the physical catches up last. So, they are still doing things when it comes to, our 3D world and the physical world. They are still doing things. But, in the higher realms, they've already won. And, them bringing out, for example, this series, and I feel that that's an attack on the twin flame community, as I've said before. And them actually bringing that in, they're realizing that a lot of twin flames are awakening. A lot of divine feminines are stepping into their power. And and as they do that, that means the divine masculines will also start to step into power. So they are doing whatever they can to try and keep the divine masculines in the 3D matrix. There's a lot that is keeping the divine masculines stuck in their 3D matrix. A lot of stuff being put on them, to keep them in the lower vibration, so that they don't rise to move forward towards their divine feminine. And whether it's programming, with gaming or pornography, whatever, there's all sorts of things that will keep them, or drinking, whatever it is that keeps them stuck, and but they know that, there is a change. There is that rising of the divine feminine. And that is also going to mean the rising of the divine masculine. And together, divine masculine and divine feminine coming together, that is a power to be reckoned with. And they are doing what they can to try and bring in these, like this series, for example, to try and discredit or put an attack on twin flames, because other people will start doubting their own journey, to say, what is this all about? And so there's a lot of that is this series in itself is trying to do, to try to discredit or twin flames, or to make twin flames think that they're crazy, or other people to start to think that twin flames are crazy. So there's all this sort of stuff, it's all a cult, by seeing this series, which is basically a cult. So there's all these things that are happening, and it's so it's about the message that's also coming through is that, so there's all this stuff that is happening, and yes, it's happening, and we do have to talk about it, because it is happening. We can't just pretend it's not there and everything is light, because we do have the dark that is there, that we are fighting through, starting within ourselves. We fight through the darkness within ourselves, releasing the past, the traumas, the pain, the things that we need to let go of. And then we keep moving forward and moving more into the light. That's how you rise as the divine feminine. And, and they are seeing this, and it does scare them, because they are realizing that there is a change. There is power coming in with divine feminines. Me, 4 years ago, I wasn't the person that I am today. And that is because I've worked through so many things, and I am rising. And this is a lot of other divine feminines doing that. So, as the divine masculines rise as well, twin flames together are a power to be reckoned with. And this is something that they will be trying to stop, and so they are working to do that. And I feel the message also coming through from the angels today is about realizing that there is all the darkness, there is all these things that are happening, but we are with the light. We are stronger and more powerful with the light. Where there is darkness, when the light comes through, it just shines over all the darkness. So it is about you not letting those kind of things sort of put you off when it comes to your journey. What is your truth in your heart. Really come back to your heart. It's good to watch it if you feel guided to watch it, so the things that are happening. But if you don't feel guided to watch it, then don't. I didn't. But at the same time, it's also good to talk about it. But also stand strong in what you know to be your truth. You know what is in your heart when it comes to this journey. You know that you're walking your path, in the light, and you are working with God, Creator, Source. And, and you stand strong with the Creator as you walk your path. So that was a message that's also coming through, and as you do that, all these other things and the dark and everything that they try to do, they can't touch you, because you are way more powerful with the light. And then there's also, the other side of this. I was talking about last year, I found out about this couple that I'd come across, as I started my my awakening in 2020. They were not about twin flames, but they were said they are a twin flame couple, and they actually then turned out to also be my working with the mind and programming people and manipulating people, and it was also really about money. There are videos about them actually that came out last year. If you want to have a look at that, you can. I watched two of those because I was a part of that, and I am grateful because I didn't get sucked in as much as I could have. But there were other people who started working for them, and they went through some really terrible things, and the things that they used to say and the way that they would treat people. That's another telling sign with the way that a guru or the person who calls them a guru, when they start treating people in a bad way, talking to people in a bad way, putting people down, within their cult, or the people that are following them, when they start putting them down, or they start saying this is because of your ego, you're doing this because of your ego, you don't, and they put all the blame on the person, then it's really about, if you are dealing with certain people who are like that, who are leading you, or you are following those people, then you really have to check in, see the red flags that come out of that. I saw so many red flags when I was following them. So many things that I used to say, but I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't speak to someone else like that. But they also had a lot of good things that they talked about. They had a lot of good things that, those good things, and they were quite charismatic, and, those things would sort of take you in. But there was this strong, strong selling of their programs and schools and whatever, things that they were doing. And they made you feel, especially the lady or the girl in that, they made you feel like, you if you didn't buy the next thing, that you are missing out on being on the ascension train, and you are not going to ascend high enough. There was this sort of mind manipulation game thing that was going on, that people always ended up buying more and more and more of the things that they have, and it was all also just to keep making more money. And I don't want to get deep into that, because I was there, and I it was a shock to find out about that. But my point is, it can happen to any of us. So it's really about seeing the red flags when you see something. And especially people who try and say that they're so much better than anyone else. They used to say, as the couple, out of all the spiritual teachers that we've ever come across, no one is like us. We are up there, and all the sorts of things that they used to say. And that's the same thing that the Twin Flame Universe people were saying. I am Jesus. The guy was saying, there's no other Twin Flame coaches or whatever who are like us. We will get you to union. You eat our dinner or whatever, then you get to union, and all these things. So it's that putting themselves up. It's that ego of we are better than anyone else, of which there isn't. There are other people that I sort of, like Kyle Gray, for example. You would never, he's really big and he's amazing, and his energy towards people, because I was, amongst his, I went to his, life thing this year, and his energy towards people, there is this kindness and being humble, and and he tells you right from the start that I am no better than anyone else. So when you come across people who are saying that they're so much better than anyone else, they are the best on whatever their spiritual thing that they're doing is, they've come across everyone else and no one is as good as them, then just be careful of those red flags. See those things, see the way that they speak to other people, the way that they speak to you, see the way that they are, they carry themselves, the way that they carry themselves when it comes to the way that they talk about themselves, the way they relate to other people, their behavior, always see those things, because they are really telling signs. And also, just to say as well, so there are people like that. And you will come across them in all sorts of different places. You come across such cults, so to speak. But there are also so many good people. There are so many people who are really working for the light, who are really wanting to help others from the heart. And they're not there to push, just so that they can, their services, just so that they can have more money. And, and it's not just about the greed, the power, and the money. It's really about helping others. Of course, they have to, has to be an exchange, an energy exchange when it comes to to services, because that it's about giving and receiving in a balanced way. But it's not all about the money. That is my point. So if you do come across people who are quite aggressive in their selling, or on this spiritual path or your twin flame path, and it's all about, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, then, those are some of the red flags that I'm talking about as well, to really sort of see. But, the message is to remember that there are people like that, but there are a lot of other people who are walking in the light. So don't let that pull you away from your truth when it comes to your journey. You know what is your truth. Walk your path with the Creator. Walk your path connecting to the light of your soul, coming into your heart in everything that you do. And that way we will keep moving forward, we will keep rising. And as the divine feminines rise, there will come a time when the divine masculines will get there as well, and the twin flames will come together, and we are going to really help to change and move our planet into Mother Earth, into new Earth. And things are going to change. It may take time, yes, but we are moving forward in that way. And as I said, the light is already won. It's just about it coming in as well in the physical, because it always catches last. So it's not just about things happening with your divine masculine. It's also when it comes to so many things, where things do catch up last in the physical. So I feel that is most of the messages that I was wanting, or being guided to share when it comes to that. Don't let things like that hold you back, but also use discernment when it comes to working with other people. I mean, since those people, the couple last year, I've not following anyone. I listen to people here and there, but I'm not in the place of following anyone anymore, because I realized that the only person that I truly have to follow or listen to is from within. It's myself. It's me and the creator within me, and working with the Creator in everything I do. Working with the Creator and the angels, to move forward on my path. You are a sovereign being. And you have to stand in your sovereignty. There's no anyone who tells you that for you to ascend, for your ascension to happen, you have to do this and do this. You have to come back to yourself. You have all the answers within. So it is about listening to your inner guidance, listening to your intuition, and use discernment when it comes to the people that you are listening to, because there are other people out there who are working with the dark or being led by the dark, whether they realize it or not. But the way that they are in their energy and what they are giving out is actually, not really of the light. So it's about having that discernment. That's a big message to finish off this video that's coming through. Discernment whenever you are dealing with people. That's about, judging well and using your intuition, connecting with the spirit within, connecting with your soul and the Creator, and, and using your intuition to really sort of assess people and the situation that is in front of you, to then make your decisions about what is right for you, but coming from that place of working from within and with the power that you have within to help you to move forward. So those are the messages that are coming through, and we just keep moving forward, trusting in what we know to be our truth. And and the light is rising, and we are rising as well. And we are going to keep moving forward. And, in time, all this stuff, there may be a lot of it coming up, a lot of things sort of being revealed as we go on. But, whatever it is, it's about rising above it and knowing that, we are working with the light, and love will always win. So I hope you have a great day, guys. I'm sending you all so much love. Keep shining. Love, peace, positivity, and light.